Good morning, this is Jeff Mose reporting from Trawler Fest here in Baltimore, and there are a ton of new and used boats here, and I wanted to focus on a used boat. We looked at some new boats, but this is a 2009 Selene 60 Classic. Just got a new paint job over at Zimmerman Marine nearby, but I wanted to show you some of the things that make this boat unique, truly a masterpiece, in my opinion, of Selene design, and a boat that is ready to go long and far. First thing you see is this transom. They call this the European transom over at Selene. It's got that really gentle curve there, access to the Lazarette, and two stairwells that lead to the cockpit. So we're going to show you the Lazarette in a bit, but first thing we're going to do is go up here on the starboard side. Look at these wide side decks. This boat, of course, has got full walk-around side decks. They make these classics also available with a wide body design, which would have a asymmetrical layout and just a side deck on the starboard side, a smaller one on the port side, but it gives you just much more room in the salon, which I'm going to show you now. Good morning. Of course, a classic layout in a Selene means, this one means galley up, a couple steps that lead to the pilot house, and a roomy salon. Really nice teak. It was always a trademark of Selene, and the woodworking on this 2009 model has really held up. Got some cold stowage here, and a passageway down to one of the two passageways down to the below decks area. This is the passageway down to the guest staterooms. Sorry, this is the passageway down to the master staterooms, and we're going to take a few steps up to this pilot house. Some really nice views here from the pilot house. Let's turn around. This model is, like I said, a galley up. This could be also had a galley down. And what separates this from the Selene's, the Ocean Explorers, is this is more of an closed layout. They have an open layout where it just flows right into the pilot house. Some people might prefer this, but this classic layout really separates the areas nicely, I think. Another Selene trademark, internal stairwell to the Flybridge. Of course, doors to port and starboard to the side decks, and a passageway, which we're going to show you now, below decks. Let's look at the forward stateroom first, the forward VIP. It's a really nice space, clean woodworking, good stowage. Sure, you have an ensuite head on this, but of course this is going to share with your second stateroom here, which is a guest stateroom, and it's got a little writing desk, which I like. And then the master, let's look at the bath first. And we're going to swing around gently and show you a full beam of the master stateroom. And of course, this provides two things. Access to this, there's a stairwell here, of course, that you can have a private stairwell back up above decks, or you can have access, you can have access to this area here, this sort of staging area before the engine room, where you've got more cold stowage back there, plenty of room down here, sort of a work area, and then as you step back, you can have access into the engine room. One more thing I want to show you here. This boat is converted with full 2 kilowatts of solar, which I can show you a bit later when we go up to the Flybridge, but you have this new Victron system to run it. All the controls are in here, laid out really nicely in this space. Access here, if you look to the stabilizer for maintenance. But the Victron, the lithium ion phosphate batteries are tucked away in some areas around here. Not in the engine room, but here's the engine room. You got your single John Deere. Headroom about just over 6 feet. There's your Northern Lights, which was going to provide you your get-home engine if needed. Your battery banks. I can walk around here with easy access. I'm just got to duct the exhaust, and I've got full access here to the Westmarsh system at your stabilizers. Easy access to all the genset batteries, etc., all the other house batteries that you need. Right here, you got your fuel filters, oil change system, everything. And another, I said this a few times, but Selene has these trademark things, and one of the trademarks is this just giant Lazarette here. One more thing, I'm going to step back. This boat was a Pacific Northwest boat, so it's got this diesel heat. It's been decommissioned. Maybe it could be recommissioned if the owner wanted to, but I really like this space for just stowing everything. I mean, you got this huge Lazarette. This can swallow so much. You got some easy access to steerage, but you got fenders in here, boxes. You're soaking wet from if you're soaking wet from a day at the diving or on the water. Throw everything in here. It's a great area. The owners told me that they don't. This boat was a West Coast boat. The owners spend on the East Coast from Maine to Bahamas. That's their sweet spot on this boat. Gives you a well over 2,000 nautical mile range with that single engine. But we're going to get through. You saw the owner pop in for a hot second, but pop back out. But we're going to go through the access to the Lazarette from the swim platform. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back up the side here and up to the Flybridge and show you that real quick. So, got your dinghy up here, 1,750 pound capacity davit for this dinghy. Plenty of room up here. You can even fit a bigger dinghy up here if you wanted to. I don't know what's under this cover at this point, but looks like about 12 foot. Excellent seating area here on the Flybridge. You got covered in canvas, which is a smart idea. Keep this 4-season cruising if you wanted to. Especially if the owners, I said they're up in Maine a lot, so some of those cool mornings, this canvas is going to come in handy. Let's look at the upper helm here. There's your solar above my head on this fiberglass hardtop, but got your garment system here, good sight lines. This boat also has 2 wing stations in the cockpit, which make it easy. Really like this touch. The big destroyer wheel just kind of gives it that tradition, and these ladder back seats, also a nice touch. And as I mentioned earlier, here is your passageway from the salon, from the helm area, an internal staircase that leads to the salon and the area. So any inclement weather, you don't have to go outside on the cockpit and go up those stairs. But this is called Coffee Break, this boat. It's here at Trawler Fest. So please come on down. I hope we'll see you down here.